October 9, 2006, Google announces it will buy YouTube for $1.65 billion in Google stock. The company is about 18 months old, roughly 67 people, a video site that music and media executives are already talking about like a copyright problem, not a trophy asset. To a lot of people watching, the math looks reckless. Pay billions for a teenager company, while Hollywood treats it as a pirate risk. So why buy a site the media industry wanted dead? It starts with 3 former PayPal employees, Chad Hurley, Steve Chen, and Jawed Karim. In early 2005, they bet on something simple. Upload a video, watch it, share it in a browser. No peer-to-peer install. Flash-era streaming. Make it easy enough that ordinary people actually do it. April 23, 2005. The first public video goes up. Me at the zoo, Jawed Karim, San Diego Zoo, about 19 seconds, elephants, a shrug of a beginning. Then the clips take over. User videos, TV snippets, music moments, short pieces of culture that people wanted to pass around, including copyrighted material uploaded without licenses. That mix is rocket fuel. It is also a fuse. By the time Google is circling a deal, its own press numbers put YouTube past 100 million views a day, with about 65,000 new uploads every day. Hitwise traffic figures in contemporary New York Times coverage put YouTube at roughly 46% of online video traffic, MySpace around 23%, Google's own Google Video around 10%. Nielsen numbers from August 2006, reported in the press, put YouTube's unique audience near 34 million, against about 13 million for Google Video. Google isn't losing because it doesn't understand video. It's losing the social layer, the place people actually gather to watch and share. Eric Schmidt's public framing is blunt. YouTube is growing faster. Video is becoming a fundamental data type on the internet. Google needs the winner. In 2006, the Napster comparison is not subtle. Press coverage keeps landing on the same fear, a site whose traffic is turbocharged by unauthorized copyrighted clips and a deep-pocket buyer who could become the lawsuit target. YouTube's public posture is reactive. DMCA, notice and takedown. Remove material when rights holders send proper notices, not pre-screen every upload before it goes live. Inside the company, the tension is messier, and we know that because years later, emails attributed to the founders surface as exhibits in Viacom's lawsuit. YouTube's response to Viacom's packaging of those documents is sharp. It calls the statement of undisputed facts a statement of undisputed fiction. So treat the emails as litigation exhibits, contested in framing, not as a clean confession. Even so, the record shows a real debate, what to leave up for traffic, what to pull. One attributed line from Steve Chen urges stopping stolen videos. Another argues to keep some of that stuff on the site. Chad Hurley jokes about saving meal money for lawsuits. The point is not a cartoon pirate origin story. The point is that the same clips that made YouTube explode also made it radioactive. September 2006. Universal Music Group CEO Doug Morris goes public. He calls YouTube and MySpace copyright infringers who owe us tens of millions of dollars. And he says how they deal with these companies will be revealed shortly. If you buy YouTube, do you buy the next Napster lawsuit? Suitors are in the air. Contemporary reporting names interest from Microsoft, Yahoo, Viacom, News Corp. Exact bid numbers stay mostly rumor. Google wins. And on the same day as the acquisition announcement, YouTube lines up licensing and revenue share deals with CBS, Universal Music, and Sony BMG, with a tech promise attached: identify copyrighted uploads so owners can take them down or monetize them. October 9, 2006, $1.65 billion in stock. YouTube keeps the brand. It will run independently out of San Bruno. In the press release, Schmidt frames YouTube as a powerful media platform that complements Google's mission. Hurley talks about a community that created a new clip culture. The liability fear is loud enough that Schmidt has to swat down a rumor that roughly $500 million of the price was some kind of legal reserve. He denies it. The rumor itself tells you what Wall Street and Hollywood were staring at. November 13th, 2006. The deal closes. The check clears. The war is not over. March 13th, 2007. Viacom, through comedy partners and related entities, sues YouTube and Google. Damages on the order of $1 billion. The legal fight, in plain English, is brutal. If a host knows piracy is common on its platform, does notice and takedown still protect it under the DMCA's safe harbor? While the lawsuit hangs over the company, YouTube starts building a machine. Mid-2007, trials of automatic video fingerprinting, video identification, the lineage that becomes Content ID. Scale makes hand policing impossible. Fingerprints are how you fight at internet speed. June 23, 2010. Judge Louis Stanton grants YouTube summary judgment, the line that lands in the press. Mere knowledge of prevalence of such activity in general is not enough. That is not the final credits rolling. Appeals and remands keep the fight alive. It ends on March 18, 2014, with a settlement, terms undisclosed. Secondary reporting, including a person close to the matter cited by outlets like Reuters, says no money changed hands. That is reported, not an official disclosure. The legal shield bought time. The business answer was a system. Content ID's logic fits in one breath. Rights holders can block, track, or monetize, run ads and claim the revenue. That is the cultural flip. The site once framed as a nest of infringers becomes a primary place to claim money from the same kind of reuse that terrified labels in 2006. As of December 2024, YouTube's copyright transparency reporting puts cumulative ad revenue paid to rights holders via Content ID monetized claims at more than $12 billion. And in 2024, more than 90% of Content ID claims were monetized rather than only blocked. Google didn't just buy a video site. It bought the default layer of online video, survived a billion-dollar copyright war, and turned pirate panic into a scalable rights marketplace. The $1.65 billion check looked crazy because the conflict was real. The bet paid because Google could afford to fight and rebuild the rules. The site Hollywood wanted dead became one of the ways Hollywood gets paid.